Healthcare's messaging crisis, euthanasia over support for our vulnerable.
We've at least seen in our northern neighbors, which has the quote unquote right to die, eventually, inevitably, always becomes the duty to die. In your healthcare system, the messaging that comes to people who are considering this becomes, your life isn't worth it because you're dealing with a certain level of pain. You're a drain on the system. The world would be better off without you. These are all the talking points, the messaging that makes its way to these people who are already vulnerable because of their pain. And that's what causes them more often than not to choose these sorts of things. So in the guise of giving dignity to this, you're actually robbing them of agency and of the value that God says each person has by bearing his image. So I think I'd like to just finish this section, Grace, with a quote that while I was in the UK reading up on this vote, I came across this quote from one of their campaigners that I thought was really powerful. Because right now, the UK's is not having enough babies to meet their replacement rate for their population. For the record, neither is the US. It's not quite as bad, but we're not. It's dramatically, it's a demographic crisis, frankly, in the United Kingdom and in most of Europe. So this campaigner said, we need more children and better care for the elderly, or palliative care. Parliament this week voted for the opposite. They voted for less babies by taking the restrictions off abortion, and they voted for, instead of better care for the elderly who deserve it, they voted to just enable them to be euthanized. And I think that summed up the situation really well, and where the vacuum is in the UK is, who's going to step into that vacuum of cynicism and provide a message of optimism. We have to trust God with that and just try to keep our audience informed. So I think with that, we'll go to a break and come back and talk about some of the spiritual questions surrounding this issue.